Empaths, chosen ones, you've got to understand that your happiness brings grief to the narcissist. It's done it from the start of the journey. I've seen it through my own journey. Your happiness really disturbs their spirit. You know, it really disturbs their spirit. It causes them grief and suffering. This is how sadistic these individuals are. They're on the flip side of normal rationale, of normal human thinking. They're not equipped like a chosen one or an empath. They don't have your empathetic abilities. And they're on the other side of rationale. They take satisfaction and pride, and it fuels their ego, it fuels their spirit, their soul. It fuels them to see you miserable. So that's why through the course of the relationship, throughout the entire time, they couldn't let a day just ride out, you know? There always has to be some trouble, some drama, some kind of need to cause conflict and cause pain and inflict pain also, you know? But they usually are a lot slyer with it. So a regular day that's going normal will turn into something chaotic. It will turn into something where you don't realize what's happening. You'll lose your bearings. You'll lose where you are, you know, and you feel like, how did this day? I was in a good mood. How did this day become like that? You know, like you wake up in the morning, you're in a good mood. The narcissist wakes up. It turns into some drama. Anyway, please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It takes 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. But this is why any holiday that you went on with them, any event that you attended, it always turned into something else. It always turned into about them. And when you're asleep and you're blind to it, family members, close friends, they will see this is the case. They may not alert you. They may even tell you. But we can't understand it at the time because we're in a deep sleep. We're in such a deep sleep with these individuals, and they've really got their claws dug deep into us where we're not aware of what's actually happening, you know? That's why some of you who are going through the discard, or you're still suffering from pain of losing them, you've got to understand that you're still in a deep sleep, slightly. You're awakening, but if you're still suffering and in pain, and you still feel codependent, and you still feel like the world's empty without them and stuff like that, that's because you're used to all of the drama. You've got to understand that your life is not filled with drama anymore. I remember the days I couldn't go to work without some drama. I couldn't wake up in the morning without some drama. I couldn't just go to the shop without some drama. And this is what my life become like. And I just got accustomed to it. I just felt like this is normal. I felt like this was what a relationship is supposed to be about. I felt like this was normal. That's basically as simple as I can put it. Like, this is what I put up with. I put up with this, not knowing that once you're without them, you find yourself having more time in the day. Other than the actual pain and the emotion that you go through and the fluctuation of emotions that you go through post-discard or post-breaking up with them, you actually realize that your emotions don't fluctuate so much. You're not so high, then so low. Like, you're not on that spectrum of going high and low. But that's because someone's dragging you high and low. They drag your spirit high and low. They can't let you can't do anything. And this is why your happiness will bring them grief and suffering, because when you was naturally happy before, during the relationship, when you were happy, you woke up in the morning, you're happy, they have to sabotage that. When you go out to the shop or the store, they have to sabotage that. Like, I'm just talking about simple things that people do in everyday life. They had to sabotage that and bring misery upon you, you know? You accomplish something, they have to inflict misery upon that. your dreams, your pursuits, your goals. They inflict misery upon that. They're dream assassins. And this is why that I say to you, try and get yourself together. Because if you're looking like, regardless of what's happened in the past, during the relationship, I brought that up at the start of the video, just to make you aware that your natural good spirit caused them suffering even when you was with them. This is why they built up to try and discard you in the most hurtful way, or put you through such torment that you had to go the other way, and they forced you to do it. And this is why they're miserable when they see you happy. They're miserable. It makes them suffer. And that's why if they've left you in a bad position, or you had to get rid of them and you're in a bad way, you know, or you're looking back on this stuff and you're still hurting and you're still in pain and you haven't overcome it yet, you haven't fully healed, yeah, try your hardest to heal. Try and find new things, because if they see you happy, even just the energy shift, yeah, it's all frequency. Everything's frequency. So if you're radiating with happiness and joy and stuff like that, they'll feel it within their spirit, because you two are still bound. As much as this is why you feel so empty and void without them in your life, because you do have a soul tie. That's why, and also without the drama and everything in their life, that's why it feels less jam-packed your day, because they used to have you running through rings and stuff like that before, stepping on eggshells, doing this, doing that. So what I want to say is, basically, if they see you start getting happier, or you find your purpose, or you align with your purpose on what you're actually meant to do in life, what you're actually here on earth to do, you know, bring your stamp to the world in whatever craft or whatever form that is, yeah, bring that to the world, and you'll start to receive like dopamine rushes from that. You'll receive, and the reason why I'm taking it back to dopamine rushes is because that's the essence of it, of the good feeling that we have, the good feeling in our bodies, the natural high that we have in our bodies. So once you start healing more and you get on your path and you start doing your projects and your crafts, you'll get happier and you'll be getting these dopamine rushes, and it's the last state they want to see you in, you know. If they see you in a year's time from now, happen to see them in the street, and they just see you glowing, they see you happy, you could be on your own. You don't have to be with someone else. You should just be on your own, but you'll be glowing. Cause their misery, man. This is the way we've got to do it. You know what I'm saying? If we're dealing with individuals that like to see us miserable, that don't like to see us happy, then how do we combat that? It's we need to combat every hurtful thing they've done to us through the course of time. We need to combat every bit of pain that they put towards us. We need to transform that into something beautiful, into something joyful. And we can do that through a project or a craft or our purpose. That's why I always bring that up. If throughout my videos, I don't want to sound like I'm repeating the same thing, but I always bring that up as a reinforcement, because it don't matter where you are on your journey. If you just started a business on the first day, then you'll have numerous things that you need to attend to, or you've just opened up your website. You might need to run ad campaigns. You might need to try and spread the message on social media about your new business or something like that. So you'll be in the marketing kind of area with it and stuff like that. So you'll be naturally focused and stuff like that, and you'll be getting happy. You'll be getting dopamine rushes. You'll be getting, because you're heading towards your goal. But then at the same time, even if I talk to you on another day where you're a year into your business and you've done your first tax, you've just done your first tax paperwork and you've done all of that, and you're going into year 2 of your business and your business hasn't sunk and you're heading forward. This is just an example. It's the same thing, because your purpose is never ending. It's not like a job. It's not just like a job. It becomes your job. Like what you do with your skills, with your unique touch, becomes your job, and this brings you happiness. So the reason why I put that out there is because it brings you happiness, it brings you fulfillment. And it don't matter if you're a year in, 2 years in. Some of you have already written books and you're listening to this message. Some of you already written songs and you're listening to this message. And what I say about that resonates with you because you're on your journey, you know. But you're still going to pick up a song in the next day or a week's time or whatever, and you're going to start writing a new song or practicing a new song or practicing your lyrics or starting your second book or whatever it is, you know, or selling your book, you know. So focus on these things, the things that make you happy, because this causes amount of pain to narcissists, you know. How can we get our own back? This is us getting our own back on them, you know. This is us transforming every bit of pain, every bit of hurt, every bit of confusion, every bit of devaluation, and we transform that into something shining bright and beautiful, and we transcend with that into our futures, and it becomes about our life. It becomes our focus, it becomes our sole focus, it becomes our purpose. It's what we wake up for in the morning, and this is what we do, and you will get there. Believe you me, you will get there. It may take some time, it may take a little time. It wasn't like I started doing this immediately, like, oh, relationship broke up, okay, I'm gonna get on my purpose, I'm gonna start doing this. No, at first I started healing. At first I started learning. At first I started studying a range of things. And then one day I just said to myself, let me work abroad. I always wanted to work abroad. Let me work abroad. Found somewhere to work abroad. Went and worked abroad. And I know that sounds like something small, but that was like a milestone in my life after coming out of a toxic relationship. You know, that was like a big milestone in my life for me to achieve that. You know, it might seem small to someone else, but for me, that felt like a big accomplishment for me, you know. And it was something like treading in new areas. And this is just, all these are bringing up examples. I don't know exactly what your thing's going to be, but whatever it is, it will come to you, you know. It will come to you. You'll see something one day on the internet, or you'll be looking in a magazine, or you'll see something and you'll get that Eureka moment, that epiphany, and you'll think, all right, yeah, I'm going to do this. So, you know, just take time to heal. Go for a weekend away. Like, look after yourself. Pamper yourself. Look after yourself. Do all of these things that need to be done first. Yeah? Because that's still you being happy. You know? Just chilling out with some food. Watching a film. Without the narcissist in mind. Detaching from it for a little while, getting into a film, watching a film, healing, you know, caring for yourself. All of these things destroy the narcissist. So, you know, if you want to have your superpower to destroy the narcissist, then everything that you're doing in that category, looking after yourself, making yourself happy, destroys the narcissist, brings them grief, brings them suffering, you know. And we've got to understand that a lot of us in a situation where the narcissist has gone off with someone new. Leave them to it, man. You know? Think about it. Look how empathetic we were. Look how loyal we are. A lot of us were raised in toxic homes. We didn't turn out that way. We didn't turn out like the narcissist. Yeah? And the narcissist couldn't function with us when we radiate with love, empathy, happiness. They couldn't function because they're backward thinking. They're wired all wrong. They're completely devoid of empathy. They're wired wrong. They're created wrong. They're just wrong, and they're weirdos. So let's leave those weirdos to do that. Let's indulge in looking after ourselves. Let's indulge in finding our purpose. Let's indulge in chilling out, like looking after ourselves, and start healing and indulge in healing. You know what I mean? And it's a journey. It's a beautiful journey to heal. You know, it's a beautiful journey to heal. It's a beautiful journey. And let's embark on that quest of doing so, and we'll eventually get to that point when this narcissist becomes less of a thorn in our side. We'll always remember it. We'll always have the tools and the skills from it and the lessons we learn. We'll always have that, but it will be less prominent and less weighing on our head like a dead weight, where we can't look nowhere but see the narcissist, that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? And we miss them, that stuff. When we get rid of that missing and all of that, it's a big step, man. So let's all get there. But yeah, please press the like